It's good to have you back on Good Morning Anambra. Well, this is actually our first segment this morning after the newspaper review, where we'll be discussing issues bothering the state, the nation, and the country at large. And this morning, a whole lot has been happening around the world.
Yes.
If you actually ask me, considering the 2019 elections,
Politically, yes.
Politically, looking at what happened in the Ekiti state, looking at what is happening in the country at large.
Yes, and then talking about people cross-carpeting from one political party to the other, and then the election that just took place in Ekiti State, the UN saying that it's not a credible one, that's the observers rather, and people saying that it's not credible, that they had a lot of rigging and all that.
So, when you look at what's really happening in the state of the nation now, do you think we're safe ahead of next year's elections? Because that's actually the big problem. A whole lot of people, like you saw the newspapers today, PDP threatening to boycott the 2019 election, IPOP threatening to boycott the 2019 election.
Well, I don't think that boycotting the election will do us any good. We just keep our fingers crossed and keep working towards perfection. And, let's hope that 2019 election is going to be fair, credible, and also transparent.
All right. Well, this morning, the segment we're going to be talking about party defections and 2019 elections. And we're not going to be doing that alone, because we have a very important personality in the house. I'm talking about Professor Emman Owums. He's a professor of mass communication and also a university don. Professor Emman Owums, good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
It's very good to have you this morning. We're talking about party defections and 2019 elections. Big problem in Nigeria.
Yes, it is a problem, and no, it is not a problem.
Okay.
I will tell you the two angles to it. First, what is party defection? When the individual moves from one party to the other, he will claim freedom of association, that he can move. He is not static, he is dynamic. That's why I say yes, he can. Mm-hmm. No, he cannot. Because that is even one of the reasons when I was invited to this program. I have been doing a paper which shows that INEC and the judiciary, these two organs, have been responsible for the rape of democracy in this country.
Okay. This is actually a very big one, because I'll tell you, I've got lots of questions as regarding this topic this morning.
Yes.
But before we continue, we just want to let you know that the numbers are on your screen. We need you to call. Tell us what you feel. Party defections, 2019 elections. Is it really going to make any meaning in our Nigerian politics? Of course, you went through the papers today, and we saw a lot of people talking about boycotting the election. What will this be for our country if this eventually happens? 2019?
All right, Prof, but before we go on with you talking about the defection and all that, what will you say are the roles of political parties since its inception, that is 1999, in democratic governance in Nigeria?
The basic question we need to ask ourselves is that we will have political parties in Nigeria. No. There is no ideological difference between PDP, APC, SSM, SDP, that is something.
Okay.
If you go to Ghana, for instance, I've done some papers, I've visited the country, I've been to Gambia. I'm trying to talk about smaller countries. You have political parties erected on principles and specific ideologies.
Okay.
Therefore, you can see the difference between Party A and Party B. Then you can decide within yourself that Party A's ideology suits me as an individual, I'll go with them.
Okay.
But this one, what we have is personal interest-driven associations.
Oh.
Okay.
That are called political parties. They are not. That is why when somebody who wants to be a governor loses nomination in his party, he goes over to the other party and gets a ticket. That is not true. Because he's supposed to have stayed a minimum of, say, in Ghana, you stay a minimum of 6 months in one political party.
Okay.
Become a registered member of that party. And then follow the processes that will lead towards your nomination. By then, the party members will know you and know where you're coming from. And they will see whether your ideas correspond to this. Now let me tell you, I'll give you a corollary. In Russia, 2018, during that World Cup,
Okay.
players were drawn from various clubs, then are brought into a national team or national teams.
Okay.
It is the responsibility of the coach to blend them and give them a trust. And that trust will lead to success. Does it happen with political parties?
Okay.
And this will take a longer period of time.
No, it doesn't. The point is that we know what is right. Now, if I tell you, let me draw this issue from Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana. He said, we are tired of this gradualism. How far you have come is in. All we need now is positive action.
Okay.
So let's do the doing. I'm not doing the talking.
The talking.
Now, there's this big problem. Political observers begin to raise some questions on the motives and implication of some political heavyweights joining the ruling party less than 1 year to the 2019 general election. Now, the question here is, will their decision to join the ruling party, will it take them to their promised land? And will the influx of these people into APC not cause crisis within the ruling party ahead of the 2019 general election?
Now, you even answered the question I raised. Personal interest. That's why you are asking me whether it's not going to cause problem for the party. It is because they are insatiable. It is because when they're there, everybody is scampering and scrambling to get as much as for himself.
Okay, but is it only because of personal interest that people defect from one party to another?
Yes, it is. I'll give you an example. Now, for instance, there is a provision that if there is a crisis within a party, you can move. Why I said the judiciary before and the INEC. INEC gives a certificate of return. To who? It gives that certificate of return to a representative of a political party. It says this party has won. Like in the case of Ekiti, INEC told us that APC has won.
Yeah.
Yes.
And APC is represented by Fayemi, and they gave him certificate of return. They didn't give Fayemi, they gave APC, represented by Fayemi. Now, if Fayemi tomorrow decide to go to CCD as another political party, is he morally justified to carry the votes that were given to APC to another party? The answer is no. That's why I say the judiciary should come to it, and in fact, INEC should be able to withdraw that carpet on which the person is standing.
So, we know election of a particular political party, then when he's already in power, cross-carpeted to another one, that it should be withdrawn from him.
Yes.
Okay.
The election was conducted based on specific political parties.
Yeah.
Okay. The result was announced based on the performance of the respective political parties. Okay. We don't have independent candidates so far in Nigerian constitution and electoral laws. Okay. Therefore, no individual can claim that I won the election.
But then again, is there a law stating that what you said about a particular person vying for a position wins the position, and in the course of his duty, cross-carpet to another party?
You can.
That's withdrawing what he's actually, for example, being a governor. Like, okay, in the case of Governor Otom, there was a time he actually said the APC has dumped him. And, you know, he went on saying that. Oshomole came out and said, no, Otom is still in the APC. But he came out and said, no, he's out of APC. Just to these papers, he said he's back in APC. Now, during that period, let's assume he was out of APC. If he had actually continued, is there a law to state that he should be withdrawn as the governor of the state?
No, let me tell you. That is why I said the judiciary. Okay. You had me back to. I've told you where INEC has to fine-tune certain issues.
Prof, we cannot call it any book. Can you buy it?
Okay. In the Kugo, issue from a political party, Jena party also. If question, he cannot forget that certificate in Nata. Let me ask you, what's your name, sir?
Ebere.
Ebere who?
Ugonna.
From where?
Abia State.
Beautiful. You are Ebere Ugonna from Abia State. Do you know there might be another Ebere Ugonna from Anambra?
Sure.
Beautiful. So, even in Nigerian legal system, the case of Ivan and Evans, during the time of Ivan and Werem. Now, what I'm saying is that we have a rape of democracy in this country, and everybody is watching. The man be to say vote, a political party vote. Ofonye ato represented the party. Where did they buy an pen? Or by a senior who say about Tikapu, Jebba party also, good vote to the man for another party. Jebba vote also. Is it fair? It's not fair. Now, I'll give you the case of Imo State. You know that in the first tenure of Rocha Sokorocha, he won under the platform of ABGA.
Yeah.
While he was a sitting governor, he moved over to
APC.
Yeah.
See what I'm trying to explain. He carried the votes cast for ABGA to APC. Did APC win that election? The answer is no. But under this other issue, they will now tell you the freedom of association. That is why I say the individual can move. Each people, you do ga he neme. Nepo epuchago. Uze mechie. Vote in the man, ime zurie, ime burie. See from one party, the party was a winner. That is not right. The moment you see that it's going to be sanity.
Let's go to the 2019 general election now. A whole lot of people are defecting to APC because APC is at the center of the whole political whatever is happening in the country, and we know that because they're actually the one leading the country right now, the possibility of anyone being in the party winning an election is almost visible. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. You can now, even from this statement you've made, you can see that it is personal interest that is making people move from one political party to the other. Why are they going to APC? APC is the only party. Why are they going to PDP? Is PDP the only party? Why are they not going to CCM or PDSD or whatever? Because there's no ideology. You know what I trouble my pocket. It is the moment you get to building, because some of them were political parties. They will start building support, molding people's interests, and then taking people to where they want them to be. And by so doing, there will be competition. You can't want a competition. Only one and actually dumb. Only one and actually bamuto. Obu no will is working. Nejo on the check.
Okay,
no very good.
Yes.
No very good.
Okay. Now I will go factions. The RAPC, MPDP,
RAPC.
yes.
They are not registered. Let me correct.
Factions.
Excuse me. Let me correct an impression. You can wake up one morning. What you call a dog is what it answers. Those ones are not registered political parties. You can see that's why I was talking about personal interest. If their interest is not accommodated in the mainstream, money is say more money, more money, or even 100. And no come say Nahamusi, reformed what? Or it's just like church. Here never gonna church. I want to give you an example. You got who redeemed, you got who sanctified, redeemed something of this. You got who anointed something, break away from maybe if it's apostolic church. Therefore, a Christian one, the true apostolic, because I say gospel driven, the church is gospel and I drive. So you see, it is personal interest. The people want to be master. Yes. Nobody wants to serve.
Okay, but you know, I wanted to ask you a question. Then the faction, coalition, defection, and all that, ahead of 2019 election. How is it going to affect the polls on the 2019?
Now, a mistake I made. I can't go to no one man, one vote. Before the program, I was watching Channels Television. Ever had a review something about Saraki being asked by the president not to leave APC. If Saraki leaves APC, what will happen?
Prof, you were saying something.
Yeah, what I was trying to explain to us all is in today's Nigeria, you see, I am a mass communication, I'm a media person. Yes, I've worked in a public relations firm that has turned out so many governors in this country. So, but I'll tell you one thing I have discovered. So I'm not speculating. What the issue is that can him make and win. You have seen the show and buy. The show and buy that happened in the Ekiti State.
Yeah.
If you listen to Good Morning Nigeria yesterday, that was what was on air. Where people were given money and inducement to. Do you know somebody was justifying it? So, going to government house is not even easy. So, that is that. So, in the same of 2019, we don't have to heat up the politics. Okay, ma, kita in Arona NTA. Ipo Hanasina Epugo from NTA. They are a private citizen. All the friends he went before. Only one third, or 1/4, or 1/5. We have a second. Those are Torosinama. Second, they go commissioner today. They man from village, I need a gap protection. More for Candyman in a mortuary. The manifestos do not make any meaning to anybody. He had the Narumoto, Abro Hemotono. Now, each of them, what is it? You take this person's own, you modify small, put here and say their own. Yet, your ideology about politics and politicking is the same with the other man. So, what is the ideology? Here, I like a memo. Hannah back to look at auditing party accounts and placing, making sure, even not 10,000 naira. You may donate more than 10,000 to a candidate and a mere. Only about donate more than 10,000. Oh, a question, the party question is state here and give to INEC. INEC will take a Madone as from 1999 to today. I very well good. That is why in 2019, Ngane Koku young to run, not too young to run. Because the young people do not have money. Igenya form free. Some parties 5 million, 2 million, 1 million. As the case may be for various, get them how you wanted the money. You get a bank. Nice. In what I go to this morning, if you have that money, during the election proper, 2019, I say, see and buy. Share the money. How much are you going to share? Therefore, it is screwed against them. So the party defection is stopped by 2019. Let us not put so much emphasis on it. Only Choiga Cherubin Yajebe, only Choiga Sarafin Yagaba, but a Cherubin and Sarafin the confusion.
So, Prof, let's look at 2019 timetable. Okay, we know the presidential elections. Okay, that's it. The presidential election comes first, and that's February 16, 2019. National Assembly, governorship election, state assembly, and of course, federal FCT council and other elections coming up. Let's look at this election timetable. What's your take on it?
If you ask me, I would have preferred that the presidential election comes last.
Okay. Reason?
What's your reason?
The reason is we are talking of federal might.
Okay.
The might is concentrated at the federal level.
Okay.
So if that thing takes place, assuming Buhari loses, assuming Buhari loses, and Buhari does not fit into the frame of Goodluck Jonathan, who voluntarily had a handshake and said, "Thank you, Nigerians." What will happen? Will there be governorship election? Will there be senatorial election? Other elections will not hold. Okay. But because this is the greatest, that is winner takes all, it should have come last. That's my reasoning.
Your own opinion?
That's my reasoning. Because when you take that, you have taken. So let us, kindergarten, primary, junior secondary, before you university. So the university.
Hanafunka is the most important one. So
it made the most important one. Onyama win, yeah. He might be the other ones. They both had the money.
as the people in center.
Yes, not the center.
But then again, there was a time we were talking about manifestos, no one if meaning.
Yes.
Now, because the truth is, if the manifesto doesn't mean anything, then how long are we going to continue to live like this? How long?
The manifestos can have any meaning. Where the parties or members of the parties that profess that manifesto are held on it. Let me give you an example in Imo State. He came to Imo Mobius now environmental sanitation. Or where you cover grass now, streets so everywhere, ne clean. Nako Osisi, that was his own Makosi PPA, where election. All the PDP get back PPA, So what happened? So when he was planting, people asked, some of us say, this is what is in their manifesto. He had come a promise. So he was keeping faith with it. So for the enlightened electorate, the man performed.
Oh, thank you very much, Prof. I think this is the most you can actually take on the segment, Party Defections and 2019 elections. Well, citizens, beware, it's another electioneering season, and as much as possible, most politicians you feel you can die for. Trust me, tomorrow they will defect to another party. Then what happens to you? So, 2019, vote, not fight. And of course, shine your eye, right?
And of course, you go and obtain your permanent voter card.
PVCs, go and obtain them. Many thanks for coming on the show, Professor Owums.
Emman
Owums, Professor of Mass Communication and, of course, the University Down. Many thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're moving over to our next segment. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.